It's my pleasure to welcome you all, my dear students. Today, we are going to see about an interesting prose journey by train. Do you have the experience of traveling by train? If not, today let's travel by train through our imagination. Journey by Train, written by Jules Gabriel Verne. Jules Gabriel Verne was a French novelist, poet, and playwright. He was born on 8th February 1828 and died on 24th March 1905. He has sometimes been called the father of science fiction. All of you, please take page number 80 in your English textbook. This part is taken from the novel Classic Adventure Around the World in 80 Days, written by Jules Verne. An Englishman named Mr. Phileas Fogg, along with his French attendant Pussy-Peter, made an attempt to go around the world within 80 days. On an act of betting of $20,000, he made this bet by his friends at the Reform Club. $20,000, roughly $1.6 million today. $1.6 million refers to 16 lakhs dollars. In this extract, Phileas Fogg travelled through some parts of India when the railway were being built in the country. The train started punctually. Underline the word punctually and write correct time. Inside the train, there were many passengers, officers, government officials, and merchants. Merchants means traders. Pussy-Peter, along with his master Mr. Fogg, also occupied a seat opposite to Sir Francis. So here the third person was Sir Francis Cromarty. He was one of the friends of Mr. Fogg when he travelled from Mongolia to Bombay. After an hour, the train left Bombay along with island of Saltay. During the night time, the train travelled the mountains behind and past Nasik. The next day proceeded over the flat, well-cultivated country of Khandesh with its straggling villages. Underline the word straggling and write scattering. Then, this fertile is watered by many small rivers and clear streams, which is mostly tributaries of Godavari. Tributary here refers to the river branch. Let's move on to the next para. Pussy-Peter, on walking and looking out, could not believe that he was actually crossing India in a railway train. The locomotive, guided by an English engineer and fed with coal, threw out its smoke upon cotton, coffee, nutmeg, clove, and pepper plantation, while the stream curled in spiral around groups of palm trees, in the midst of which were seen attractive bungalows, viharas, and marvelous temples decorated by the rich work of Indian architecture. Then they came upon vast areas extending to the horizon with jungles where snakes and tigers lived. These creatures fled at the noise of the train. Then they came to forest where elephants stood gazing with sad eyes at the train as it passed. So, Pussy-Peter looked and could not believe that he was actually crossing India. The train was guided by an English engineer. The train threw out the smoke upon cotton, coffee, nutmeg, clove, and pepper plantation. The stream curled spiral around the group of palm tree. So, In the midst of the trees, there were attractive bungalows, viharas, and marvelous temples decorated by the rich work of Indian architecture. Please underline these words and write. Locomotive means powered by railway vehicle. Viharas means meeting place of Buddhist monks. Marvelous means wonderful. Then the next paragraph. Then they came upon a vast areas extending to the horizon. Horizon means seems to meet the sky. Horizon with jungles where snakes and tigers lived. These small animals escaped from the noise of the train. Then they came across the forest where elephants stood gazed with sad eyes. Here, gazed refers to look steadily for a long time. At 12:30, which means 12:30, the train stopped at Bamapur. The travellers had done their breakfast in a hurry and moved for Asargod. Then it travelled along with the banks of the small river Tapti. Here, hasty means hurry. This is small river. Then, in the evening, the train entered into the valleys of Satpur Mountains. It separated the Khandesh from Bundelkhand. It was 3 in the morning. With this, they had crossed rivers, forests, village, mountains, valleys, and etc. Students, with this section 1 is completed. We shall see the section 2 in our next class. Okay. Your assignment is, who was the attendant of Phileas, and share your experience of traveling with your friends. Hope you all have understood the first part of the journey by train. We shall see the next section in our next class. Okay. Thank you, students.